What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another TNC podcast. This is the sixth installment. Today, we're going to be talking about, a little bit about the MLB since the season just wrapped up, a little bit of NBA and what is going on in the offseason, and then we're going to get into some of the games that happen in the NFL. As always, I'm Logan Cross. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Faya Troy. And today, so our last installment, number 5, we asked a couple questions about our life and stuff like that. So I'm going to continue with that today. So, Logan, I'm going to ask you a couple questions and see what your answers are.
All right.
First question is, if you had unlimited money, what car would you buy?
Okay, that's a great question. I'm not a big car guy. But I'm pretty basic. I'd probably buy one of them nice Ferraris, Lamborghinis. I'd probably get the little baby blue. That's my favorite color. Blue's my favorite color, so I'd probably have to get it in a certain shade of blue. What would you get?
I would get a McLaren 720S.
Oh, I forgot about the McLarens.
I would get it in burgundy.
Oh, okay.
It would stand out the most.
Okay. Good pick.
Okay. Next question. What is your favorite fast food place or place to eat?
Place to eat? Well, fast food, I would have to say before I came to college, probably definitely Cordoba. I don't know if you'd consider that fast food, but it basically is. It's like Chipotle, but man, I just like it more. I grew up on it. It's fire. Place to eat though, I would probably have to say this. There's this restaurant back home. I forget where it is. I think it's Fairfax maybe. It's called City Tavern. It might not be in Fairfax, but love it. Love the chicken parm. This shit's fire. What about you, big dog?
I think my favorite sit-down place also has to be Qdoba because, you can't go wrong with Qdoba. It's never bad, and you can eat it over and over again.
Of course.
The fast food, I think I would have to go with probably Wendy's because, Wendy's got the best nuggets and the best fries, so I'm going to just say that.
Solid answer. They do got really good nuggets.
Yeah. I have a good question. I have another question. If you could sign to one designer brand, which one would it be?
Dang, that's a good question. I might have to go Louis Vuitton. I don't know, cause I know like Gucci and Supreme, those are kind of basic to me. Some of the like Louis Vuitton stuff I really like. Like I like the logo they got.
Yeah.
Even the phone cases are nice. There's a lot of good things they sell. Yeah, that's what I would go with probably. What would you pick?
I would go Louis Vuitton or I'll go Hermes.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Hermes is a little quiet one that people don't really
Yeah, I'm
know.
not familiar with that one too much. What kind of stuff? Just nice clothes and stuff?
Hermes is it's almost like Louis Vuitton, but it's not as big.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
I'm gonna ask one more.
Got any top three, top five?
Ooh, give me. Yeah, give me your top 5 meals that you would eat.
Like like going out or at home?
Like at home or eating out, like chicken parm or like ravioli, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. This is tough. This is tough. This is off the dome. So
Okay.
I gotta say, Canes is definitely up there. Before I came, I had it once down in Texas when we visited Davin, but I've had it a few times up here. So that would definitely be top five. The chicken parm from City Tavern is really good. A home cooked meal I really like is I like my mom's burgers. My dad grills them, but my mom makes them. They're really good. And then you ever had beefaroni?
I have not.
Beef stroganoff, not beefaroni. Beef stroganoff.
I have not.
It's so fire. My mom makes it. It's really good. And then I think Cordova is definitely there too. I could eat a bowl or burrito from there any time of the day. What would you go with?
I would have to go with the quesadilla from Qdoba. Those are just fire.
Those are
Um,
fire.
like the basic chicken and rice. I think everybody likes that.
Oh yeah.
And then probably spaghetti. Honestly,
Spaghetti is. Oh, I love spaghetti too. I forgot about that one.
yeah, yeah, top 3. Yeah. mostly.
For it's weird because I don't really like my mom's spaghetti. Sorry, mom, but I love like every other spaghetti I eat. It's crazy. Sorry, mom. It's just I don't know why. It's just I'll go out to eat and I'll eat the spaghetti anywhere, but my mom's I kind of hesitate to eat. I don't know why.
All right, I got one more question.
All right, one more.
If you could be in one place right now, where would it be?
One place. I'm gonna have to go nice with this one. As much as I would love to say like Texas or like some very nice vacation spot,
Yeah.
I would have to say at home because it's my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad, if you're watching for some reason. Oh, I would have to say just today I'd be home to see
That's awesome.
celebrate with him. What about you?
My answer would be, since it's a Wednesday, I would probably stay here for today. But if it was a Friday, I think I probably hop on the an Uber to go to ODU, man. If it was a Friday, like if I
Yeah,
could do that,
man. I
if it
wish you
was a
could come down
Friday,
here.
dude, I jump in the Uber, man. Go to Scotland all day, man. I I wouldn't even
Yes, sir.
hesitate.
ODU Scotland House. Feel free to drop off some gifts. 2209. Here's some bitches. Pull up. Yeah. Any other questions?
Nah, that was it. Now, yeah. That was
All right, that's
all I
good.
had.
If you want to know anything else about us, our opinions on anything, just feel free to drop them. Let us know. So we're gonna talk about the World Series real quickly. There ain't too much, LA, the Dodgers won in six, 4-2. But there's a big story. The Rays pulled a pitcher. He was doing really good. He was throwing a shutout. He had 9 strikeouts and only 2 hits. And he allowed a hit and he got pulled. And I heard that was really controversial because he's their ace. He's their best pitcher. He pulled them out late, or not late. They put him out early, and then that kind of cost them because right when he came out, they let up 2 runs. And then also after the game, there's a player named Justin Turner on the Dodgers who was found out to have tested positive for COVID-19, and he was pulled from the game. But then after they won, he came back onto the field to celebrate, even though he tested positive for COVID-19, which is crazy. I mean, honestly, I would want to celebrate with my team too. Like, that's such a huge accomplishment. And I'm sure the teammates aren't too mad because he was already with the team. So I don't really know what to think about that. Do you have any opinions on that? Him going back out to celebrate after he tested positive?
I mean, like they kind of made it as a bad thing, but like people have to realize that he was pulled in like the fifth or sixth inning. They all would have it even if he didn't go back out there, in my honest opinion. But I mean, that's a chance of a lifetime to win a World Series, man. So I mean, if you don't celebrate your World Series, I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna celebrate for.
Yeah, and he earned it. He was I know the Dodgers lost in like 2017 and 2018 to the or not the Dodgers, the Red Sox and the Astros. So they deserved it. He deserved it. And I'm glad my favorite pitcher I've ever watched won a little ring, Clayton
Yeah,
Kershaw.
Kershaw.
I love how he pitches. He's the first pitcher I ever really liked, and one of the only pitchers I like besides Nationals.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say on that?
No, that was it on that. I congrats the Dodgers and Mookie Betts on winning the World Series.
Yes, sir. Mookie Betts. That was his first year there too. That's great. I'll say so. A little bit about the NBA. Did a little research. The free agency is expected to start on November 18th. Maybe a day or two after that. I was hearing. And I heard that the Warriors are preferring to draft Wiseman over all the other prospect if they were to take, a player in the draft. Do you think they should trade the pick for someone, I don't know, higher tier, or draft Wiseman and see how good he is?
I think you should trade the pick and get a better center because I believe like if they pick Wiseman, Wiseman has a good chance of not being good in the pros. And if they waste a number 2 pick on that, that's not the Warriors at all. So I believe they need to trade that pick and get like a Andre Drummond or like a Clint Capella kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm not very high up on Wiseman. He can't really shoot that well, and I know the Warriors play spread offense. They spread the ball out and run a lot of screens. I know that's not the biggest deal because they've had Andrew Bogut and JaVale McGee down there, so he honestly could fit well. Just from what I've seen, he's pretty basic center. I know he's big bod and all, but I don't know. I think they should trade and see what they can get. Depends on who they can get though.
Yeah.
If they can't get a mediate to good talent, they should honestly just draft and see how he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the NBA is proposing an idea to start on December 22nd before Christmas. But I've heard a lot of stars are actually really against this, especially the ones that are just playing, that just finished out the bubble. And especially LeBron. I heard Danny Green said that if they start the 22nd, he doesn't expect LeBron to play for at least a month.
Yeah.
Do you think they should move it back, or how do you think they should go about that?
I don't think I think they should have the teams that did not play in the bubble or like lost in the flight. They should not have like the Heat and the Lakers. They should start a month after. I believe like them teams that have been out for like you got like the no, not the you got like the Warriors and the Bulls. They haven't played since January. And
Mhm.
they have a year rest and the other dudes get 2 months. I think you should just let them start later.
Yeah, I think that's a solid idea. I actually really I like that. Maybe not start the regular season when they go, but like bring them in like a month or two early. Let them play some scrimmage games, get practice going, and let them adjust a little bit to the bubble, and then have those other teams that played and went deep come in a little
Yeah.
bit later, and then start the season like a few weeks after that. I think that's a good
Hmm.
idea. That's a good idea. Any other NBA topics you want to discuss, or do you want to get right into the NFL games?
So the NBA, so the Utah Jazz was just sold like an hour ago.
Oh yes, I did see that. Who bought them again?
Scott Miller.
Scott Miller.
It was some Miller, but I mean, that could be a good or a bad thing for the Jazz because I mean, I don't know if he might move the team or not. I just don't know, but it just depends on like what his ideas are for in the future for the team.
Yeah, Utah's an interesting city. I would not like be 100% surprised if they moved, uh, especially for like revenue, because I don't know how big Utah is, but
Yeah.
there's bigger cities that they could probably go to for sure, like Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah, Seattle would be a nice spot.
it would.
All right, we got some NFL topics, some big NFL topics. Um, Antonio Brown's side with Tampa Bay. I believe the deal was like 1 year, 2.5 mil. And then your boy, Des Bryant, signed with the Ravens. Who do you think will have a bigger impact?
I think Des Bryant will make a bigger impact on the Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because the Ravens wide receiver core is very weak. And I mean, Lamar Jackson does not throw at all. I just believe Des Bryant will get him comfortable with like yeah, he'll get more comfortable with it and then he will just like try to motivate Lamar to throw more.
That's a good point. I think it's close. I think it's real close. The only reason I do not think Antonio Brown will have as big of an impact as Des Bryant is because all the weapons Tampa Bay has.
Yeah.
And that's a concern because Antonio Brown, if he's not getting the ball, he could complain. I did see Bruce Arians said if he's not a team player, he's off. He's out. So the Bucks will not hesitate to drop Antonio Brown due to his history. So I'm interested to see how Brown will do. I know Tom Brady is a good friend of Antonio Brown, so he could hold him in check. But I think it'll be hard for him to get touches, especially Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I'm blanking on the dude's name, number 10, who's doing really well. I think he's leading them in receiving yards. The short white dude.
Um Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller, yep, and he's leading them. So it'll be hard to get touched. And Gronk's in there, and Gronk's not even getting that many touches. So we'll see about that. And then Des Bryant, um, Lamar doesn't throw as much as most quarterbacks, but I think now he'll have somebody who he could throw a jump ball to. Des Bryant, he could go up from the 50-50 balls, go over top. Hollywood Brown's more of a deep threat, speedster. He can't. He's not a big guy. He's not a big receiver. He can't go over the top of people. I'm sure he's capable of it, but Des Bryant's definitely more of that physical wide receiver that could help Lamar Jackson flourish more. So I think Des Bryant is honestly a better signing, even though I think AB's the better receiver. Des Bryant, I think, will do better this season.
Yeah.
All right, the next topic I have, as most of you know, Patriots got smoked on. Who they play again? I'm blanking.
The 49ers
The 49ers, the injury
team.
the injured 49ers to smoke them. I believe it was like 33-6 or something like that. Um, it seems the Patriots dynasty is over. They're 2-4 now. Cam's got to step back up, or their dynasty is done. What do you think about that?
I think Cam Newton just needs to get back to where he was because I mean this is his first. No, this is his second game. I mean, I think he just needs to. I think he needs to get more help on. I think they need to get a veteran in there to really like get a like a Ryan Fitzpatrick or like a like a like a dude that can really help him focus on what he needs to do because he's throwing a lot of picks and he's not really throwing the ball well. And I think that whole COVID thing with him, I just believe that messed him up.
I do agree. He was on a roll right before COVID, and then COVID hit, came back, hasn't really done as good. I think he only has 3 touchdown passes this whole year. I know he's got a good amount of rushing touchdowns, but if you're a quarterback, you got to be doing better. I know Cam Newton, he was doing really good at first. Through the first like 2 or 3 weeks, he was in the MVP conversation. But he's obviously really fallen down a cliff, and I hope he can pick it back up. But we'll see in the upcoming weeks. I believe they play Buffalo, so they'll have a tough matchup. So I would not be surprised if they fall to 2-5, and Cam Newton might be out of the starting lineup because he got benched last week. I can see it happening again versus Buffalo. Next topic I got is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're a big topic this week. They beat the Titans, and because of Seattle losing, Steelers are now the last undefeated team in the league. And there's a stat that said 49% of teams that started the season 0-6 or 6-0 make the Super Bowl. Do you think they're going to make the Super Bowl, and how do you think they're going to do?
I believe they're gonna have a challenge. I believe that AFC Championship game will be Pittsburgh and Kansas City. I just do not know who has the big enough power on the defense and offensive side because with Chiefs, they have the Legion of Zoom. They fast as heck. I don't think their old corners can get to them. But on the defensive side, Pittsburgh got the best defense in the league. So it's like you have to understand who has the best player to overturn the whole team.
I agree. In my personal opinion, I know Bap's going to love this. I think Steelers are the best team in football. The record shows it. They just beat the Titans. They were smoking the Titans. They almost blew it, but they were up by a lot, and then the Titans cut it to 3. I do believe they're the best team in football. They got the best defense in the league, and they definitely got a top 5 to 10 offense in the league that can keep up with Kansas City. But I think Pittsburgh defense can slow down Kansas City very well. They got a good pass rush, and their corners are playing very well. I know Mahomes is different. He's arguably the best quarterback in the league, arguably one of the best we've ever seen of all time. But Steelers got it all around the whole team, offense, defense, and special teams, just all around great. So that'll be hard to beat. Kansas City defense can turn it on at times, but I don't know if I trust them to stop the Steelers offense because the Steelers have a lot of young weapons. They could run the ball and they could throw the ball. There's a lot of things they could do. And I think it'll be a really good game. But I think the Steelers are honestly, they might have it. It'll be close. Either Pittsburgh or KC, in my opinion. Next topic I got is the Bills. The Bills struggled this week against the Jets. They only won by 8. It was 18-10. I believe all their points were off field goals. They did not score 1 touchdown. Should Buffalo Bills fans be worried? They did lose 2 in a row and then just squeaked 1 out against the Jets. If you are a Bills fan, are you worried?
I'm not worried because most teams that play Owen like defeated teams or teams that are bad, they underestimate them, and I think that's what the Buffalo Bills did to the Jets. They underestimated them. The Jets were up 9-0 to the Bills, and the Bills at halftime. I don't know what I don't know what Sean McDermott said, but I mean he just said something to wake them up, and they won the game.
Yeah, if I'm a Bills fan, I'm not too worried. Well, at least based off of the losses, because they lost to the Titans, I believe, and then they lost to the Chiefs. Those are two of the top three teams in the AFC. So I'm not too worried about that. But I am a little bit worried about how they played this week. They look very lackluster and sluggish. Their offense, which is usually great, really did not do that well. They only scored field goals, as I said before. So I expect next week for them to play a little bit better. If they play slow again, I'm definitely starting to really get worried because Josh Allen just got to play more consistent. The last few games, I believe he threw 2 picks against the Chiefs, which is very unusual of him. So we'll see next week against New England. Next one, kind of sad for the Browns. Odell Beckham Jr. He tore his ACL, and he's done for the year. How do you think this is going to affect Cleveland?
It's going to affect Cleveland because they really needed Odell. Odell was their pusher. They needed somebody to lead the offense. They don't have that anymore. I mean, Landry has to step up and catch more passes, but I think Cleveland will be okay. I don't believe they're going to be bad. I believe they just need to get some other wide receivers off their practice squad that are really decent and good, and they just need to like lead them to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they should be too worried. There are some I was hearing some fans say like Odell was the problem. And what's crazy is after Odell came out, Baker Mayfield was 22 for 22. He had 5 touchdowns. He played great, so I'm not worried about that. I know they got some good young talent. They got David Njoku. He had a touchdown, I believe. Peoples Jones, I believe his name. He had a game-winning touchdown. And then they obviously got Jarvis Landry, and they got Kareem Hunt, and Nick Chubb is going to return in a week or two, I believe, maybe 3 weeks. So I'm not going to be too worried. They got a good record right now. And there's this quote from Baker Mayfield, which I really loved. He said it before this week. He said when they were 4-2 before they won this game, he said 4-2 record feels like we're 0-6. I love that attitude. He said, even though we're winning, we're not playing the best football we can play.
Yeah.
And I love that take by him. I believe that's the attitude you got to have. And that's scary if the Browns they have this good record, but they're not playing their best football. What's to be seen? Although I know their 2 losses were like blowouts though. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that change. I want to see Baker be more consistent and their defense step up.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say on that?
No.
All right. Another thing that's in the upcoming weeks, maybe not this week, but Christian McCaffrey, he returned to practices this week. He's still supposed to be out this week, but this is good if you're a Panthers fan because he probably will return the week following. How do you think this will help Carolina? I believe they're 4-3, maybe 3-3. So they're not doing bad, and they didn't have their best player. How do you think? Do you think they're gonna continue to surprise people?
I don't, because when McCaffrey was in the game, they were 2-3. They really weren't as good as we thought. But I believe, like like I said that before, but now they got Robbie Anderson going, DJ Moore, and they got all their pieces coming together. I believe you add McCaffrey back in there. I think teams should be scared.
Yes. Correction. I just looked it up. They're 3-4, which is still solid. But yeah, I don't know. It's close because I know that their running back they have right now, Mike Davis, I believe, has been stepping up. So if you put CMC in that role, I think he could do even better. And I think Teddy Bridgewater is just opening up. I think they could make a run for it, but their division is kind of tough. They got the Bucks, and they got the Saints in front of them, so it'll be kind of tough for them to make the playoffs. They would have to make it at like the 6 or 7 spot. So we'll see how that turns out. Next topic. There's rumors that Mike Thomas's camp is trying to get teams to trade for him. Mike, I heard I know their coach, I'm blanking, Sean Payton tweeted on like under one of the reports saying this is why insiders are on the outside or something. So he like kind of denied that. But do you think this is low-key true, or do you think the Saints should like want to keep Michael Thomas even though all the drama that's been going on?
I think the Saints would trade him. because I believe like he's always had problems in New Orleans. He's always never got along with certain people. And I just believe like I think this was the last straw for him. And I just believe you just need to get some picks and some players for him, and then you could just like rebuild with the wide receiver core.
That's a good point. You see, I don't know because Michael Thomas he's a great receiver. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
But like if he causes all that drama, he could turn into an AB type situation, which I don't think he will, but it's threatening to that because he did punch one of his teammates a couple weeks back and talk back to his coaches. I'm sure it's just because he really wanted to get out there and play because he's only played like half of a game.
Yeah,
But like you can't do that. You gotta understand that this is for the long haul. The Saints are a Super Bowl contending team. You
yeah,
gotta be smarter than that. We gotta think playoffs, 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 nothing else. So I think they should keep him, but I would not be surprised if they traded him to a decent team.
yeah. I would. Yeah.
I do want to ask you this. I meant to ask this when we were talking about Antonio Brown. What was your thoughts when you saw Antonio Brown decided not to sign with the Seattle Seahawks and went with the Bucks?
I think I didn't, I knew he was not going to sign with us because I believe he wanted to stay in Florida where he's from, where he lives. I do not believe he wanted to come all the way up to Seattle to play. But I think that was a good move for him because Bruce Arians don't take nothing. I mean, that Bruce Arians is probably the best coach you could ever have because he don't play nothing. If he even says a word, I think he'll be gone. So yeah, I believe that's a good discipline for him.
That's a good point. He definitely does need that. Excuse me. I think that'd be good for him, honestly. And Tom Brady is going to be there to help him. I know him and Tom Brady were close, as we stated before.
Yeah.
There's also rumors that the Falcons wanted to trade or were thinking about trading Julio and Matt Ryan, but that was ultimately decided that that was not true, that they're going to keep them. Even though they're 1-6, the Falcons have potential, but Matt Ryan is only getting older, and so is Julio. They got to get their defense situated soon. They got to make some trades or some signings.
Yeah.
It's terrible. They have so much potential. Ever since that Super Bowl, it's really just been downhill. It's sad to see. Also, about the Vikings, do you think the Vikings should give up on Kirk Cousins?
I will give him one more week. I would say if he throws 3 interceptions next week, I don't know. They play the Packers next week.
They do. They do.
Um, and if he throws 3 interceptions to the Packers, I think you should just give up on him, in my honest opinion.
Um, you see, I like Kirk ever since he was on Washington, but man, he's really not playing good this year. Last year he played fine. He played good, led him to the playoffs, got him a playoff win.
Yeah.
But this year he's just pooped the bed. Like it's been awful to watch. He's had multiple 3 interception games. I
Hmm.
mean, I want him to do good, but
Yeah.
I don't know who they'll turn to if Kirk's not the guy. So they should just ride it out through the year and see what they could do after. All right, and this one's a little bit college football. It's about the upcoming draft. I was hearing that there's rumors about Trevor Lawrence and whether he should stay or not at Clemson for his senior year if the New York Jets get the number 1 pick. What do you think he should do if the Jets fall at the number
I
1
think
spot?
I think he should do what Eli Manning did. Just told him because I do not want this to happen to him. If he stays in Clemson and he tears something or something happens to him, he will just ruin his whole football. I think, yeah, I mean, I believe he should do what Eli Manning did when he told him, "I don't want to be signed with you."
Yeah, this is solid. That's a great point. I wasn't even thinking about that. I agree. That's a great point. Maybe he should get there and see how things are around camp, around the team. If he doesn't like it or he thinks that they're a bad franchise, definitely get out of there. Do what Eli did. Don't mess with it. Don't ruin your career. A lot of people thought Joe Burrow should also have done this um, with Cincy because Cincy's also kind of in a bad spot with their
Hmm.
ownership and team. So I agree. That's a great point.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last NFL topic, and then we're gonna get into picks and then fantasy, which we got about 35 minutes. So
Okay. You chilling?
Um, last week. Oh, and then we're gonna talk about our teams before we get into
Okay.
that. That's my fault.
Yeah. Okay. You good?
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm actually done with the topics. That's my bad. So let's talk about our favorite teams. I'm gonna let you start with Seattle. They got their first loss against Arizona in a great game that came down to overtime with about 30 seconds left. What happened there?
I believe our offense did their job. Our offense was amazing during that game. We scored 37 points. No. We scored 34 points. And probably the best play of the game was DK running down the field trying to get Buda Baker. That was probably the best play. But the bad standpoint, our D line and our corners are just not stepping up. How do we not even get we don't even touch Kyler Murray on Sunday. We didn't even touch him.
Yeah, I mean, y'all did just trade for Carlos Dunlap, so that should help a tiny bit. I don't know how good he is. I'll get your opinion on that once we're almost done with the game. But I saw this stat on Instagram. Seattle was leading the game. Like they had more points in Arizona for 56 minutes and 59 seconds. And the game was tied for 12 minutes and 46 seconds. Arizona did not have the lead for any time. The only time they had the lead was when the game was over. They did not lead at all. They had the lead for 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Once that field goal went in, the game was over. That's their only lead, right when the game ended. So this was honestly in Seattle's bag. Their defense
Yeah.
really just let it go.
Yeah.
And about that Carlos Dunlap trade, I believe they traded a player and then a 7th-round pick. What do you think about that trade?
I believe Dunlap can give us like some help, but I just believe I personally I wanted JJ Watt, in my honest opinion, because I believe he's not happy in Houston. He's been there too long. He needs a new team and a fresh start. I believe we could have gave him that fresh start in Seattle.
I agree. I mean, JJ Watt, it'd be hard to trade for him.
Yes.
But at this point, Seattle's Super Bowl or bust. So why not, risk it, trade like a second? You probably maybe have to give up a first, but why not? Boom or bust. Y'all are Super Bowl contenders. You don't even really need that 1st-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you trade for a corner, anything, honestly.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the Washington football team. We pooped on the Cowboys, which was great to see, real happy.
Yeah.
There was a hit that I do want to talk about on Jonathan Bostic hit. Had a very dirty play on Andy Dalton. I do not condone that. That was right when he happened. I was like, dude, why the hell would you do that? That was terrible. That put him out for the game in concussion protocol. And then Ben DiNucci he's a JMU quarterback. Went into the game. He did okay. He didn't really do much. Our offense was really good. Not really good, but it looked good. Antonio Gibson had over 100 yards rushing. Kyle Allen looked solid. He had 2 touchdowns, I believe. It was overall a good game. Our defense is now first in pass. We have the first best pass defense in the NFL and the 4th best overall defense.
Yeah.
So hopefully we keep that up, and if we keep that up, we'll have a chance to make the playoffs. Even though we already have a decent chance because our division sucks. But if our offense kind of gets in a groove again, that'll even we could have a chance. We won't get blown out in the playoffs, but we'll see. We also Landon Collins was also put on IR with an Achilles injury. I do not know if it was a tear, but I do know he's out for the year. And then we offered Eric Reed a spot in our practice squad. He denied it, which I was kind of blown about because I know Troy Apke is not that good. I know he got benched. I think just DeShazer Everett's back there now. He's solid. He's a hard hitter. But he has made some boneheaded plays that I've seen the past few years. So we'll see how that goes. I hope we get Eric Reed, even though it's probably really unlikely now that we offered him a practice squad spot. Even though like Des Bryant signed a practice squad and he was an all-pro wide receiver. I don't know. I don't think that should matter. We probably would have brought him up regardless.
Yeah.
I do know we have a rookie. He was like a late pick. He been in a few games. He played well, so he might get a starting spot back there. But we'll see. Next week, we actually have a bye week this week. So, and then we come back and play the Giants. This is the part of the schedule where we have to win games if we want to make the playoffs. If that's why we benched Haskins, this is where we got to make a push.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for the NFL. Unless you got anything you want to bring up, we got to go through the scores. I'll bring up the scores, and then we'll see if we have any ideas.
Okay.
Philly beat the Giants 22-21. I don't really got much to say about that. We talked about the Browns a little bit. They won 37-34. Steelers, we talked about that, 27-24 versus the Titans. Saints won 27-24. Washington won 25-3. Packers whooped up on the Texans 35-20.
Yes.
Bucks beat the Raiders 45-20. Tom Brady went off. He did really well. Hawks lost to the Cardinals by 3 in overtime. Oh, yeah. Another game of the week was the Lions and the Falcons. You could have guessed it. Falcons blew another lead. Matt Stafford, a very underrated quarterback, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Threw a touchdown in the last play of the game, made the extra point. They won. So that was a really good game. Fun to watch. I know I watched the end of that. I didn't watch too much before that. Bills, Jets, we touched on that. Chiefs, Broncos, nothing really to say about that. Chiefs dominated. They won by almost 30. 49ers, Patriots, we talked on that. 33-6. Chargers, Jags, Herbert continues to play well. Not really much else besides that. 39-29, Jags lost. Chargers won. And then Rams and Bears, 24-10. I do want to say my team's division versus your team's division is night and day, man. You got 3 teams with 5 wins and then a 4-3 team. And then we got the highest wins in our division is 2. So that's what's crazy. I don't know.
Mine's dead crazy, bro.
I know the 49ers might be proving that Super Bowl curse wrong. They're on like a few game win streak, and they've been winning some blowouts. But they do play Seattle next week, so we'll see. That should be a great game as well.
Yes.
All right, so let's go into picks. I'm going to talk about last week's picks before we pick. Fide, you get your thing printed out while I go over last week. So last week, everybody in the division, everybody in the little pool, BAP, me, Davin, and you, we all went 10-4. So everybody's in the same spot. BAP is 40-18-1. I'm 39-19-1. Davin is 38-20-1, and you're 34-24-1. So it's all pretty close. It's neck and neck. You're 4 games behind Davin. You're 6 games behind first place. I'm 1 game. Davin's 2. So really just one or 2 good weeks, and you're right there. Same for everybody. So we're gonna get right into the next picks. I have mine ready. Fide, you let me know when yours are you ready. I'm gonna pull up some of the scores. Don't look at my grades. You see the screen?
Yeah.
All right, let's pull it up.
Yeah, I'll just write them down when you say.
All right. Mine are in a little different order than what's on here.
Okay.
So I gotta get this off the screen. First game, Thursday night, tomorrow night. Falcons versus Panthers. I think I'm gonna go Carolina too. I do think this will be somewhat close, but Carolina's just better overall team.
Yeah.
But wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta won. I say that every week about Atlanta, but the next game is Patriots and Bills.
Answer.
I'm gonna go Bills. I gotta find it on mine. Hopefully, if Josh Allen plays like he's been playing, though,
they'd be solid.
Don't count the Patriots out. Titans and Bengals. This one's also somewhat easy.
Titans.
Tennessee, all the way. Raiders, Browns. This one could be a good game.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
I'm gonna go with the Browns too. They've been playing pretty well recently. 5-2, and they're at home. Colts and Lions. Now this one could be good.
I'm gonna go with the Lions.
I'm really thinking about going Lions too because their offense is better than the Colts. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the Lions as well. I like that pick. Where is Detroit? Right here. Vikings Packers, pretty simple. I'm gonna go Green Bay because I know the Packers whooped up on them earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Chiefs Jets. Wow, that's pretty difficult.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Jets. Psych. I'm going with Kansas City. Rams and Dolphins. This is Tua's first start. We talked about that last week, so we didn't bring it up today. But this is gonna be Tua's first start. And honestly, the Rams defense is too good. If Fitz was playing, I'd maybe consider, but the Rams defense is too good. Ramsey and Aaron Donald are gonna eat up. That's all I gotta say. You going same?
Yeah.
Steelers Ravens. This is gonna be a big test for the Steelers to see if they're the real deal. And I think they're gonna handle it.
Yeah. I mean, but okay, honestly, this game should be the night game. That's what this game should be.
It should either that one or Seattle's game.
Chargers.
Chargers Broncos. Now this one could be a good one. I know Drew Lock came back last week,
Where's the
but
game?
huh?
Was it Denver? Oh Lord.
I'm gonna go. I like Justin Herbert. I'm gonna go Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos because, dude, on Sunday, bro, it was 1 degrees up there at the
It was snowing.
at the Empower High. Yeah.
Yeah. Saints and Bears. Now this could be a good one. It probably will be a good one. There's a few good games this week. This one's in Chicago.
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
I might go with the Saints because I don't know if the Bears offense could keep up, but their defense is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they played really lackluster last week.
Yeah. Fact.
Shoot. I'm gonna have to go with the Saints. It's close though. It'll be a really good game. It'll be a good game. Seahawks 49ers. Now I know who you're gonna go with, but this is close for me. I don't trust Jimmy G, so I'm gonna go Seattle as well. I know you're going Seattle. Cowboys Eagles is the night game. Now they should definitely replace that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
I mean, don't you want Dallas?
I mean, I do want Dallas, but I don't think Dallas is gonna win. Ben DiNucci starting, unless Dalton's good now. And then the last game, which they should change this one.
Now, okay. Now, what they should do, they should change the Seattle game to the 8:20. Then they should do the Pittsburgh and Ravens on Monday night.
They should.
That's what they
Obviously,
should.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. I'm sure you will too. So that's I believe that's it for those games. We'll see how that goes next week. Now let's talk about fantasy, and then I believe we're done. We kind of made this episode kind of quick, but we're gonna talk about fantasy and see how it is. Fi's got a class soon, so I do not want to hold him from that. But we got 20 minutes, so we got time. Can you see the fantasy screen?
I can.
All right, let me go to the where is it? Scoreboard? Let me go here. This week is gonna be kind of tough. I gotta I'm gonna go over my game and then go to next week game, and then we'll go to your game.
All right.
So this week I played Jax, his team, a little banged up, not very good. He was 1-5. I believe he's 1-5 now. If it would load. Oh my computer is low. Let me charge it. It does not want to load for me. Wow, I might just have to pull this up on my phone. Really doesn't want to load. I'll just go over it on my phone for now. Hopefully it loads. Sorry about that. Wow, that sucks. Let me go to week 7. Last week, Chris Carson sadly got hurt. He was my running back. I mean, it's really taking forever. Wow. My internet, I got full bars too. That sucks. Kyler Murray really dominated for me. 37 points. So did James Robinson. He had 31. Diggs did I. He had 10 points. Robbie Anderson had 13. There we go. Yeah, Chris Carson got hurt. Sadly, I think he's out this week. Or he's questionable, but he's most likely out. Robinson did great for me. Diggs, he did okay. Robbie Anderson did all right. Kelsey did Williams, I picked him up. He did good because Adams was out. Eagles defense did good. And Mason Crosby did I had to bench Michael Thomas. Amari Cooper, I didn't play him, even though I probably should have because I don't trust the Cowboys offense. DJ Chark, he did terrible. Freeman got hurt. I believe I dropped him this week. Cooks and Fogman die, and I picked up Antonio Brown, so that should be good. And then Nick Chubbs is still in IR. So let's look at my matchup or my team this week. Hopefully it'll load. So I picked up.
Yes, sir.
I picked up Carson Wentz. I got James Robinson. I'm trying to figure out who I want to pick up because literally all my running backs are out this week. I had to pick up Leonard Fournette. So this week could be a really bad week for me. Diggs is in, Robbie Anderson, Michael Thomas. Hopefully he plays. I really need him to play. Kelsey, Eagles. I did pick up the Eagles. And then Mason Crosby is gonna stay in there for me. Amari Cooper, I could always put him in if Michael Thomas is out. Yeah, I gotta find another running back for James Robinson. But I don't really know who to drop. I might drop DJ Chark because he hasn't been playing very well. So I gotta make a decision soon. So we'll see about that. Playing Davin, that should be a pretty good matchup. Now let's go to your score.
I'm like I played him last week. Somebody didn't play well, and I still won. There was like 3 people that did not play well.
All right, take us through.
Okay, so I had to put AJ Dillon in there because Aaron Jones was out. So I found like the first one popped up. He had 1.1.
Your running backs are so bad.
Had 1. Young Wei Koo had 2 points. Jerick McKinnon has -0.1. Noah Fant did bad. T. Higgins stepped it up for me. AJ Brown stepped it up. But I mean, I don't know how I won. I just don't. Because I have 4 players under 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically just T. Higgins, AJ Brown, Tyreek, and Russell. That's really who got it for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Davin's what, like he's 4-3.
Yeah.
Let's peep the standings.
I should be 1 now. Yeah.
You are. I'm second. Well, I'm not second because we're in the same division. Yeah. I'm third. I almost have 1,000-point score. So if you lose, I'm gonna be ahead of you.
Yeah.
So I hope you lose, but who do you play next week? Did you see?
Hold on.
Yeah, you check your phone. I believe I have the most points scored and by like 20 points allowed. I'm right in the middle still.
I play BAP.
You played BAP? Okay, that should be a decent matchup. Yeah, so that should be a decent game. I'm third right now. Fied's first. Let's see. Nick is 0-6, right?
Dude,
0-7.
He's not paying, bro. I'm sorry, dude. He's not paying.
But let's see like playoffs. Can we look at?
Yeah. There should be. It should be like a playoff stand. Yeah, right there. Top right.
Top right.
Yeah, it says projected playoff bracket.
Right now, I'm the 3 seed just because Will is in a different division, so he's automatically above me, even though I got a better record. So I'm the 3 seed, and then Nate is sneaking in at number 5 or 4, and I know there's Davin and Hayden are both 4-3. And then there's 2, 3, and 4 teams, and then a 1-6 and a 0-7. So that's how it's looking so far. Can you look at the projected like players?
What do you mean?
Like on your phone it says like projected finishing or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
I fell back to 3, but that's mainly because Michael Thomas and Nick Chubbs are both hurt. The Fayed is number 1, and Nate is
I
number
jumped in.
2. So I don't know. I think my team's pretty injured, but I've been handling it pretty well.
Yeah, yeah,
Fayed
yeah.
originally started at number 9, and he's all the way at number 1, which is amazing. That's a great.
I was at 9 for 6 weeks.
Yeah, you proved him wrong. Who'd you lose to? Will?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I think our game I lost by like 10.
Mhm.
We played week 1. I
Yeah,
know
and
Michael
then we
Thomas really underperformed that week. That kind of got me. Let me look.
I mean, then we play I think we played week 13 or something like that.
Yeah, let me look. Let me look at my schedule.
Yeah, right there.
So yeah, I lost to you by 13. Went on to win the next 3 games and lost to Hayden. Won my last 2. And then I play you again in week 10.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah,
So that should be a good one.
yeah.
Can I preview that matchup, or is that just gonna take me to your team? It just took me to your team. All right. So that's basically it for fantasy, right? You don't really got anything else to say?
Nah,
Stop sharing my screen. All right. Anything else?
no, that was it, man.
That was good. This was a little bit quicker of an episode. It was still around an hour. I think it was a little shorter than an hour. But it was still a great episode. I feel good about that one. Maybe 10, 15 minutes shorter than usual, so not too bad. Let us know what else you want to see in these podcasts. We'll talk about anything besides, anything too controversial. So just drop it in the comments. See what else you want to see. Hope you all enjoyed.
Thanks.
We have a good slate of games that we're gonna watch this weekend, and we're gonna enjoy. Then we're gonna come back next Wednesday or Thursday, depending on our schedules. Usually it's Wednesday, hopefully Wednesday, and we'll get right back into it. As always, I'm Logan Cross.
I'm Fayed Troy.
Thanks for watching for the 6th installment of TNC Podcast, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.